Hello, everyone. Hope you're well. Hope you're wherever you are, you're tranquil. It's night here, nighttime here. Hope you're sorting things out, and hope you're enjoying your life positively. In the past couple of productions, I talked about teachings of this great teacher, Mr. Krishnamurti, Jiddu Krishnamurti. That's his name. Jiddo or Jiddu and Krishnamurti. And discussed some of the things that he has talked about. Nothing other than present time, nothing other than now exists. Everything else is an illusion. And some of you need more clarification and would like to ask what that really means. So, in short, tonight, a few minutes we spend on that. Well, as you remember, we discussed thoughts are born from the memory that we have, and the memory is formed by the experiences and knowledge that we gather. So, through experiences, knowledge, memory is formed of those experiences and knowledge, and then from the memory, thought comes about, is born. And from thought, when we want it, a certain action is created. And from that action, new experience, knowledge, and new memory, more memory, and from that memory, thought, and then new action, and this cycle continues. So, what it means, now we know how thought is born. So what it means when we say the only reality is now, is because obviously past doesn't exist. So only the memory of it is stored in our mind. So which means whatever our thought comes from is coming from a recording of something that at some time in the past had a reality. But it is not at the present time have an existence. So it's like we get a DVD and we are watching a DVD, and what we're seeing is a movie of it, this picture, moving picture of it. Now at some point in time, this DVD, this picture, this film was made, and at that moment when it was being made, it had a reality, because they were doing things, they could change things, and it was good take, not good take, but once it was already done and the movie was made from it, right now when you're watching it, it has no reality. It is only an illusion of what reality happened in the past. Or if it's a soundtrack that you're listening to, it creates an imprint in your memory, a certain knowledge, and you experience that sound. But when you're listening to it, it's just a recording. It's not like what you're doing it now, right? Like right now when I'm talking, it's the reality, because I can change words, and I can switch things out and make things happen as it is happening. But if it's something that has happened before, if I'm now thinking about it, or if I'm now watching it in the form of a DVD, it has no reality, right? So same thing, as we've done something in the past, some action, then that action had some experiences, that experiences and knowledge formed the memory, which means when the reality of those action or experiences were happening, it was like we were recording it, like they were making the movie of it. So that recording is in our memory. Now when we play back the DVD, it's just like we're using our memory, that's like playing back the DVD. So there's nothing, no reality there. The reality is finished. What it is just a recording. And from that recording, we certain thoughts are born, and then we make certain actions. So that's why the past has no reality. Its reality was at one point in time, but no longer. So what we are really, our thoughts are born from the memory of it, from the recording of it. So therefore, the only reality is now, not in the past, because the past is no longer exists. It's just a recording of the past, right? So what we do now is reality. But what we think of past is not a reality, is an illusion of, is a recording of whatever happened before. Now, when we say our future is also now, well, what it means is that from whatever action we do today, therefore certain experiences and knowledge is formed, which is recorded in our memory, in our mind, in our brain, and then from that memory, future thoughts and actions. So whatever action later on comes about is really what we have created it now. So our future is now. Now is future. Meaning based on what we do now, that experience and knowledge creates memory, and from that memory thought is born, from that thought an action. Therefore, whatever happens in the future is really now, is responsible for it. So that is not a reality now, this is reality. So our future is now, and now is the only reality, and whatever we remember has no reality, is illusion. So future is now illusion right now. In the past is an illusion right now. It's mismemory. So it really doesn't make sense to dwell on what has passed or dream up something, a new illusion for the future which hasn't come, and we haven't seen the actual reality of the actions based on whatever we are thinking right now. Because whatever we're thinking right now for about projecting it into the future is really about the stuff that is in the memory of some reality happening in the past. So really, that doesn't exist, and the other one is just an illusion as well. So both of them are illusions, unless there's some point in time in the future which we would actually be doing an action, which then would be the now for the future. That is a different story. But right now is the only reality, and our future really is now. So now is the reality, and now is also future. I hope that's clear. I'm sure Mr. Krishnamurti would have been able to help you to clearly understand the subject, but I try to do what I can. Now, from the things that I have always tried to study myself through my life, I've always been, of course, enjoying learning about and sharing with my students about the understanding of relationship between mind and the body, and understanding relationship between our energy and the universal energy, nature's energy, and to be able to learn how to make our mind stronger and develop, and so on and so forth. And learning about this angle, this beautiful, brilliant angle that Mr. Krishnamurti originated, in my opinion, since and been teaching it since 1929. He's passed, as you know, he's not with us anymore. 20 years ago or more has passed. So what I wanted to say is that from all that, we can conclude that I can also try to show in some production in the future that even our mind, the power from our mind, I can show you how the mind power is through certain experiences, which is by itself is quite interesting. Our mind also, its most stable and most powerful state is when it is focused on now. And this would be a brilliant cooperation with the factual information that Mr. Krishnamurti has come up, and with the stuff that for years I have learned and shared with my students, and which is inner mind power and understanding how to develop mind power through understanding its principles and so on. So we can demonstrate that not even as Mr. Krishnamurti taught us, now is the only reality. Also in the way of mind and body coordination, and how mind concentrates and focuses its properties, its abilities, it can show how only now is the only time that the mind can be the most powerful and produce the results that we're expecting. And when we approach it in seeing how mind would show its stability if we are focusing on something other than now, we'll talk about it later and show you, then it wouldn't be as strong, and it wouldn't be doing what we hope it will do. So to me it's very exciting, because then it's not even that, not that Mr. Krishnamurti would have needed this to prove his point. It's the reality of it. It's just that it's exciting for me to see how everything really, in the form of understanding the behavior of mind and thoughts, and understanding of the development and the power of mind, how they actually both help each other to show that now is the only reality. Both in different ways they show that reality. So it's exciting for me. Now, coming from that, we can also, from both combinations, we can also then understand that how can we use this knowledge of now is the only reality to our advantage, to better the humanity and better this earth and this life that we're experiencing, living in and navigating our boats and ships through this ocean of life. And what I mean is that using that principle of experiences, knowledge, memory, thoughts, and then action, why don't we then all understand that we all have a common calling in life? I know everybody's looking for, what is my calling? What is somebody becomes this, becomes that, engineer, doctor, whatever, teacher, whatever they become. So they think that's their calling. But I want to go one step further, that whatever our interests are and how we meet the economic responsibilities of our life and whatever we need, basic life, whatnot, we all have a common calling. And that can now, we see how the teachings of Mr. Krishnamurti can help to understand or to believe or perhaps move in that direction, how we all have a common calling. What is our common calling? Well, common calling for all of us, I believe, is to make this life a little better for all of us, so we can all live in peace and harmony and happiness and help each other grow and develop, and children, mothers, fathers, grandfathers, grandmas, without any fear of anything. All through the history, human being has changed in many different aspects of technologically and in medical and comfort and all that so forth. But we still, I believe, we're still savages. We still haven't learned to become civilized. All through life, all through history, there have been, savagery, war crimes, wars, and negativity, and atrocities, and people, harming each other, then sorrows and disasters and catastrophes and all that. So even at this age and at this time, even right this moment, there are war crimes happening somewhere in the world, and we all know about that. So what we can do is that use this principle and make this world and this life a little bit better. How? by trying to engage in positive experiences. So therefore positive information, knowledge, therefore positive memory, therefore positive thoughts will come from those positive memories, and therefore positive actions will come from the positive thought. So therefore these actions would be helpful and positive to everyone's development and success, and helping everyone to live side by side in happiness, tranquility, safety, and a good environment. So therefore, if we believe that our reality now, this is the only realities now, and our now is really based on our experiences, knowledge, memory, and then thought, and then actions now, and our future is really now, what we act and how its experiences and knowledge collects itself in the memory, and then memory, thoughts, and then action for the future. So that responsibility of that action future is really now. So everything is about now in reality. Now, so if that's the case, then if we really do our best to engage with positive people, positive actions, therefore positive knowledge, positive memory, always helping each other, always being good, always not having negativity, always not creating catastrophes and disasters and negativity and harming others and so on. Therefore, actions always would be positive in now. Therefore, because of that, then the future would be happy and positive because of our actions now, the reality of now. And therefore, we will end up having a better world, better life. So I wrote something which, let's see if I can deliver it properly. Say, everyone's calling is to gain positive experiences and knowledge, positive experiences and knowledge, so the memory is filled with positive information and positive knowledge, so the thoughts that are born from this memory will result in positive action. Because if there's no other than positive action, positive information, knowledge, and experiences in the memory, therefore what comes out of the memory, the thoughts would be positive, and of course the actions would be of positive kind. So therefore, if our calling, we focus on our calling to be gaining positive experiences and knowledge, so the memory is filled with positive information and knowledge, so the thoughts that are born from this memory will result in positive actions for the betterment and happiness of the humanity, our world that we live in every moment of every day. So, if we can call that our calling would be to create positive experiences, knowledge, positive memory, by not bothering each other, not creating trouble for each other, not being negative to each other, not harming each other. So all positive experiences, positive information, positive knowledge, positive memory, from positive memory, positive thoughts and positive actions, and the future would be positive. So that would create a better world for all of us to live in every moment of every day. So basically, that's all I had to say, and hope you enjoyed this a little bit and ponder on it, and we can talk about this a little later on at some other time. Have a wonderful evening, and thanks for watching.